want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.
Welcome, everybody, to the Four Tales podcast. I am your host, Kyrun Silva, along with my surprisingly slimmer host today, Danny J. Quick. Man, how you doing?
My arms are hurting, man. I think I'm really blaming this on you, though, because you out here spam sharing videos and stuff like that. So I have to do more push-ups and burpees and all this stuff. But it's cool. I'm down with it. Whatever we got to do to get these comic books made.
So I'm up here promoting your stuff, getting you funded in a week. If everybody doesn't know, Danny has his Kickstarter out right now. I'm doing what I can to help my partner out, get his Kickstarter up and going. And, I'm doing live streams with you. I'm sharing your stuff on every social media account I can. You're funded, and it's my fault that you funded, I
appreciate it, but I appreciate that it's your fault. So, hey.
It's my fault because you're losing weight, getting healthier, trying to,
That's right. And now my wife is like, now I'm going to put you on a diet. Now since you're trying to lose weight, I'm going to put you on a diet to help you out. And now I got to eat vegetables. So there we go.
You sound like a 6-year-old talking about, I don't want to eat my vegetables.
I don't. Not raw broccoli. But anyway, that's not what we're here. That's not what we're here to talk about. This week we have a special guest on. Just finishing up a Kickstarter of his own for
successful Kickstarter.
Say again.
Successful Kickstarter.
Yep, absolutely successful Kickstarter for Legacy of the View 1 through 3. We got DJ Specks in the building.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How y'all doing?
I'm not that good. I'm tired though. I'm gonna be honest.
It's hot outside. It's hot outside, man.
It's right now. It's not that bad. It's 70 degrees, but it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, I mean you're in Sacramento. Specs is in Atlanta, right?
No, I'm in Augusta,
Georgia.
Get it right.
Yeah, hey man, it's hot. I'm up in North Carolina, and we just got a good rain last night, but shoot, it's still too hot for me, man.
Yeah. Hey, as long as he over there and ain't getting no forest fires, I think he'd be good.
Yeah, right.
No, we're gonna get forest fires soon. It's that time of season. It's yearly. We get forest fires.
Well, you saying because of the weather or because of birthdays?
Yeah. Both.
Not birthdays. Gender reveals. That's it.
All of the above. We get forest fires because of weather, because of birthdays, baby reveals, everything. Man,
that's wild. That it's like a seasonal. Like which part of the year, is it just because it's drier over there or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we really going off topic here, but yeah, because we get really no rain between March through like September. So everything is dry. It's just dry brush everywhere. So one little spark and everything goes up quick.
That's wild. But DJ Specks, you don't mind if I call you DJ Specks, right?
Yeah. You can call me Doctor too, but DJ works.
So people call me DJ all the time, but I'm into music, but I can't make it to save my life. I'll be trying to freestyle and all kind of stuff, but you are actually, you're an actual DJ. And I see that, with the Legacy of the View 1, which I read this week, that you put that into your superhero comic. So tell us about Legacy of the View. What's it about? Tell us about these characters and how you infuse your own life experiences into it.
All right. Legacy of the View. It's about a high school sophomore named Chaz Johnson. He's just like any typical, high school kid. He like hanging out with his friends, playing video games. He like doing the typical high school stuff. He's a star baseball player in school, but besides school stuff, he interns at his uncle's recording studio as a studio engineer. And I'll say by him being the studio engineer, that's where I put my my life experience inside the book, because in most, I guess, media spotlight, you don't hear about the musical engineer. You always hear about the artist and the producer. And it's blurred what the producer really does. The producer really, he's the one who makes the beat, and that's it. Just like the artist writes the song and sings the song. but the studio engineer is really the guy who records the artist, put the beat on the program, and makes it all sound good for both of them to make money off of. So I want to showcase that element in the music world, and that's how. So I showed that side of the music inside my comic book. Yeah, it's something that I was dabbling in, but haven't fully went into that side yet. But I want to showcase that to give him a cool little alter ego thing he got going on, and also have a great musical aspect in my comic book.
I like that a lot too, man. I want to say, I know in the first comic you had the splash page where it's Chaz, who's the View, but then you also got Ricky B, who's the marketing mogul. You got Jacquees, who is an actual R&B artist. You got TK Kravitz. Is that a artist also? A real life artist?
He also is an artist. If you know Jacquees, they have a song called Ocean, which they are recording in the first issue, but they collab on our song together. But TK Kravitz, he's signed to Epic Records, and he's actually from my hometown. We kind of would have crossed lanes, but I do know of him, and I have met him. He grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up in, but he's a couple years younger than me, so we never really ran through each other's like groups. But
yeah,
I decided to put him in the book because he had some big singles, but nothing as great as Jacquees. But they did collab in that one song that was pretty dope.
Yeah, but I think that's cool. And then I know you also had DJ Pressure in there, so it's kind of cool to see, the character start off. This is something that I don't know if I've ever seen in a comic book before, and I think it's a nice, cool little perspective to have. A young kid trying to work at his uncle's studio, and also moonlighting as a superhero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing about that, he's a reluctant superhero, so he rather be in the studio or playing Call of Duty or whatever than actually doing a superhero type stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, that's cool. That's sort of like that Spider-Man, with great power, great responsibilities. That's a cool little part that you're putting into the book, that he understands that he has all this power and he has to use this to save lives and save his city. But, he's like most teenagers, young adults. I want to have fun. I want to, do what love and what my passion is for. But, that's really nice that you're actually making him choose between being a superhero and doing what he really wants to do.
Yeah.
So I know, just like me, you're the king of spoilers. You like to talk about your comics. You don't like to keep secrets about what's going on in the story. So I'm gonna ask you straight up. Tell me how he got these powers.
See, I can tell you how he got his powers. I can't go in detail because, I plan on issue 5 is going to start his origin stories, not like his deep origins, but like brief little segments that give you a good foundation for his powers. But basically, it's a hereditary type thing. I can't even get a good example, but people with a certain gene or legacy can get the power or pass down
So it's not something that's passed down from his father and grandfather. This is something that anybody can have. Then is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, something like that. Basically oh man, it's a perfect example. I cannot think right now, but so the best example I can say is Deku in My Hero. That's the best example.
Okay.
It was one before him, and it died off. It got passed down to him like that. But you had to have that bloodline to get it. You feel me? Okay. So basically, it was a fight between the two villain groups in the story, the Silent and the Howl. And he witnessed that fight, and somebody was injured or hurt, and he went to go help them during that battle. So he sees that going on in the distance, oh my God, that guy's over there is messed up. Let me go help him out. And by that, him getting hit and being hurt. Then next thing he woke up in the hospital, and his family around him, and his other uncle, he got 2 uncles, tells him what happened, and he found them in this and third. Then one night he woke up having nightmares, and he's creating all kind of items and creatures and stuff. And he got these powers, and the powers look very reminiscent of the people that was fighting that day. So his powers are similar to that of the Howl. So so those are his powers, but behind the powers, you're supposed to pick a side. You're supposed to either, when you get these powers, you're supposed to be either join the Howl or join the Silent, which he does neither, because he don't want to have no parts of that or nothing, and which caused conflict with him between the two groups. So instead of him having like Bloods and Crips, instead of him being on one side, he's not. So they both are against him, on top of the regular villains inside the story as well.
I like At least he didn't have to eat anybody's hair like Deku to get his powers.
Right. No, it was basically blood transfusion, I say.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. And I know in the first comic, he also has the ability to kind of know when the Howl is around. He can kind of sense them. In the first comic I saw, he gets that green glow, and he knows when people are in danger. So I like it a lot. Reading the first comic definitely makes me want to read the next two. And your Kickstarter, when did your Kickstarter end?
The ended in June 4th, I believe.
Okay. And how long do you think it'll take you to get the books out?
Lonzo to finish the letter and like write this minute. So as soon as he finish it, it will ship. Like I can get digital copies out. Then of course I'll give it to my printer. I say maybe that takes a week, and I gotta wait on some of the other stretch goal items to come in. But it's July now, so maybe end of the month, the majority of stuff should be out. I know my t-shirts will take a while, but other than that, everybody will have the third issue plus a teaser comic if they did that tier, which introduces one of my characters, side stories, introduces her side of her stories, but she's definitely introduced in issue 2 and has a bigger role in issue 3. But a teaser issue will show her interaction with one of the villains in the storyline, as well as what she does besides, going to school with Chaz.
Okay, nice. Well, if you need help with them t-shirts, man, my sister is right down the street and she does t-shirts. So I'm gonna send you her contact information.
Okay.
How's this the first time I'll find out your sister does t-shirts? You could let me know.
I mean, we all the way on the other side of the planet for you, bro. He right down the street.
Yeah, I can pick mine up day trip.
And I could pick mine up too if I need to. Just take a couple more days, but
Hey, I took that ride, man. That's a day and a half ride.
It is. Now, my mom is actually from South Carolina. She told me it took them 2 days to go from South Carolina to California before. I was like, I can't do that with kids in the car, man.
No, I'd be ready to drive off a bridge. I love my children. Don't get me wrong. I want to sit in a small space with them for 2 days.
So you were saying that you have 3 issues of Legacy of the View out there, and I tried to do some research on all our guests. I did a couple other podcasts that you did. You mentioned that on those you have 25 issues that you have planned, or at least you have written out already. Yes. And you have planned up to 100 issues for this comic. Yeah. So is that a definitive that it's only going to be 100 issues, or do you feel like there might be other stories past that?
How I got my world set up, I want to have a definitive end to the story. So the Legacy of the View, that title alone, definitely will probably be 100 issues. But like his origin story, I'm gonna call it The View Year 1 or Legacy of View Year 1, and I want that to be animated. So I don't know if that day comes and I got the deal where it just straight has to be animation, or would they give me one animation and a physical book version of it as well? But I definitely want to do that. But then I got little side stories as well, so it might incorporate different things too. So, but Legacy of You title, yeah, probably 100 issues in and out, maybe more or less, because I did like each story arc was like 5 issues, and this story arc I blended issue 4 and 5, so this story arc was only 4 issues. So I don't know how they're going to end up later on.
I did the same thing, man. I had when I was getting the Ace Blade number 4, I was like, man, this could be 2 books, but I'm gonna make it 1 book. It's like, listen, this is supposed to be 2 books. It's supposed to be 5 issues in that first origin arc, and I was like, nah, this last book gonna be 1 book, and I will put the trade together, man, because a lot of the stuff that I had written, because I wrote a novel first. It was just it was too much to try to put in a comic book, and I was like, yeah, let's condense this down to 4 issues instead of 5. So I feel you on that.
That's where you're supposed to get your editor in there and have them help you figure out how many actual issues you can get out of it.
No, I didn't know anything about an editor then. I was like, I was super raw at the time, bro. So it was.
See, I got an opposite thing to happen. My stuff is not long enough for the comic books, so like each issue. Like I got a composition notebook, and I wrote everything in, and I was like, every 6 pages that should be about an issue, right? So that's how I did. I write until I get 6 pages, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. But like, I don't know if you ever read light novels versus a manga, right? The light novel might be 100 pages. And then the manga might be, 1 chapter. So It was that situation. Like, I describe so much, but you put it in the visual form, that's it. Like,
I mean, the good thing with these comics, though, you don't have to have the standard 20 pages, 24 pages. You could do 12 pages, 16 pages. You can even do maybe 14 pages and have a little bit of back matter in there for other people to view. So you can make your book as big and as little as you want it to be, though.
True, but like with his 3rd issue, my introducing the overarching villain, in that story. And when I first wrote it, I don't even talk about him at all until maybe issue 8 or 10.
Oh wow!
But now he's right at issue 3. He's not had no interaction with Chaz or anything like that, but you just see how his life is as he got out of jail, and that's a good chunk of the first beginning of the issue. Then you start getting the regular Chaz stuff. But before that, I would have just probably 10 pages or something, and just like, now what? Because I got a big fight scene next, and that's all it is. So I had to create a lot of fluff and extra material that I didn't have previously, like with the villain. I wasn't gonna talk about his backstory or his day-to-day routines of nothing like that. So now I'm putting that inside the book.
See?
And as
now
well,
you know why they be putting those filler episodes in anime. See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. But I think it makes a better book or a better series all in all for me that I'm doing that, because I got a lot of characters that people will say, "Who's that?" And now I can talk about them and continue my story at the same time.
Well, I think right now might be a good time for us to maybe do our favorite segment of the show, which is called Danny's Quick Takes. What's going to happen is Danny has 5 questions that he's going to ask you. They're random questions, so they could be about your book, could be about something about you, could be something off the wall. What's going to happen is you're going to have 45 seconds to answer these questions off the top of your head. After that 45 seconds, you're going to hear a buzzer, and that's it.
Okay.
You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. So I know you are a DJ early on in your career, and you might get back into it now that the world's opening up. I want you to tell me the best and worst parts about DJing.
Well, I got single and being in a relationship. So being single, the best part is you get to meet all these people, all these people, and and whatnot, and get to travel and do whatever you want to do, right? And that'd be the best part, get a lot of experiences. But the worst part would be like your diet, like eating late and stuff. Like it catch up to you later on. Like you sitting there taking on drinks and going to Waffle House, you feel it, man. Like it really puts a hurting on your body. That's being single. Being in a relationship, same thing. Like you in a DJ booth, having a good time, and these girls come up to you. You want to make them feel good. You want to play the music they want to hear, but they gonna whisper in your ear and do all kind of stuff and be like, "Oh, I love you, DJ Specks." But my girl's not going like that, and I catch hell from that. That's definitely the worst part. But the best part is, being DJ, get to show that experience with somebody else or introduce them to music. If they have the same passion for music as you, you get to show them how you can control a crowd and do stuff, or just change the vibe in the house by playing certain songs. They probably just got a set playlist they play, but since you play so many different music and and vibes, you can change that mood just by playing music.
I like it, man. I like it. I definitely know how you feel. And I'll leave it right there. Question number 2. Atlanta, like Sacramento. I've been to Atlanta. I've never been to Sacramento. I've been over to.
You're not missing much here.
I've been on the West Coast, but I know it's hot out there, right? I know every time I go to Atlanta, it seems like it's the middle of summer, and as soon as I step out of my car, I start sweating. So, the heat in Atlanta is what keeps me from coming down that way. All right. So if you could live anywhere in the world besides Atlanta, where would you want to live?
I thought about Houston.
Bro, that's from one hot place to another.
That's what I used to, man. It's called Hot Atlanta for a reason, But I thought I like Houston, man. Houston had a great vibe, food and all that, and it's like a calmer Atlanta, I guess. So I really enjoy Houston. But if it has to be out of the state, I had my eye on Costa Rica since I was like middle school. So maybe Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, man, that's what I'm talking about. You out there trying to have a good time, bro.
It's all about partying,
man. Okay, all right. So, as you said you live in Augusta.
Yes.
And I know Georgia itself is a big sports state. So right now, we'll just put it like this: Hawks or Falcons?
Dirty Birds, man.
Yeah.
I
live in North Carolina, and I was a Panthers fan for a long time, especially while Cam was here, and it was fun beating the beating the Falcons up every now and then. Matt Ryan got us a couple times though, bro. So
5 rings.
I mean, when he's like
5 rings.
When it's on the clutch thing, he can make it happen. When in the clutch, he's gonna choke every time.
Yeah. This San Francisco fan over here.
5 rings. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. We ain't gonna talk about Frank Gore and
What? Wait. Okay, what we gonna talk about Frank Gore?
We're not. We're gonna finish these quick takes.
I want Frank Gore to play another 2 years. That way he can play with his son, who's coming out of college soon.
I know, right? I know.
That would help him.
It wouldn't help him, but still, it would be nice to see the two of them playing in the NFL together. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah, that's a tough league to.
No, his father and son though.
Yeah,
I don't think father. Not at the same time.
I think Archie was coaching at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Archie played back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute now.
I know he's anyway. All right, so tell us about, since you and I are both spoiler kings, give us a preview on these upcoming books. I hear you got one coming out called Boots, and you got the Fire Brigade. Give us a little preview.
All right, the Fire Brigade. Will be a prequel series to the Legacy Review. It's about firefighters. It's about the View's mentor character. He's want to be a superhero, so he doesn't really have a mentor character. But most young superheroes that have older superhero, they got over their wing. So he's a firefighter and he's been a hero. I can't remember now, but let's say 7 years before meeting the V. And he's a part of a team with another guy. So one guy has fire powers, one guy's water powers. I can't tell you which one is which because that'll be one of my spoilers. Like, and like you just call him the chief. You don't know what powers he has until the final battle. Mm-hmm. So that oh, that was that guy because in the fire brigade, there's two of them. If you're familiar with Walking Dead, it's kind of like a Rick and Shane type relationship. And one of them turns heel because they found out how they got their powers, and one of them was real upset about it. Like he felt like he got betrayed. He thought he was doing a good job as a firefighter, but really he was just an experiment. And so they go through their real firefighter stuff. They get firefighter powers and battle stuff. Right now, I think I have the villains being Egyptian gods. A good spin on that.
You ran out of time. You ran out of time. See?
Oh man.
See, now people ain't gonna know about Boots, man.
Hey, if they read the issues, they'll see it pop up. So I check myself on that one. See,
there we go. Okay. All right. So the last question. I know you're an anime fan, so real quick, give us your top 5 anime.
Hunter x Hunter, Akame Got Killed, Demon Slayer right now.
Okay.
I'm digging Castlevania. And Dragon Ball. Let's go ahead, whatever.
Okay, all right. Still Dragon Ball fan. See, I think Naruto is better than Dragon Ball, but that's debatable.
Well, I didn't grow. When Naruto came out, I was getting of age, so I caught like the first series, Naruto. Mm-hmm. I didn't get Shippuden, so I watched Shippuden, but I was like, I was into other things, besides watching Toonami. So I didn't catch that wave. So when Boruto comes out, I'm like Boruto. People like it's trash, but to me, it's reminiscent of the first one. So I'm in a weird little selection.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's weird. Most people are Shippuden fans, but I think between the three, because Dragon Ball and GT. I didn't care for it too much. But Dragon Ball Z was awesome. But Naruto, all three have been hitting for me. So that's cool. And Kyrun hates anime, so he doesn't care.
Oh man.
Wow.
No, he doesn't.
Don't even try that. No, don't even try that. Dude, we watch anime as a family like 3 to 4 times a week. Don't even try that, man. I just can't. I can't deal with Naruto. I don't like Naruto. I'm cool with Dragon Ball. We love Demon Slayer. Fullmetal Alchemist is my favorite, and then after that, I like old school stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho. But don't be trying to say I don't like anime just because I don't like Naruto. That's
how I feel though. If you don't like the best anime, like can you really be an anime fan? That's
why I like Fullmetal Alchemist. That's the best anime ever.
Well, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't. I'm not.
You haven't watched it yet? Oh my god!
I haven't watched Fullmetal Alchemist. I haven't watched Fullmetal or Attack on Titan. Like those are the two. Those are the two.
You gotta watch Attack on Titan though.
Those are the two big ones I'm missing. And I just started One Piece. So
just started. What you mean? You like
10 episodes.
We won't see you for another 30 years after watching all that.
I'm like 10 episodes in, bro. Like I didn't even realize it was.
Hey man, get on YouTube, man, and do like the explain videos and catch up, man. You'll be there forever.
My 11-year-old, he started watching it. He's like, Dad, I've been watching it for 5 months. I'm almost 300 episodes in. I'm like, good, you got like another 600 more to go.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, after that, tell them go case closed.
Case closed.
My kid to just sit in front of the TV all day, huh?
Yeah, case closed. Yeah, you think One Piece is bad? Case closed. Good Lord.
Oh man, terrible.
Now I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the longest anime is like 60 years old. It's been going on for the last 60 years. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
It's a family one. I know you're talking about it.
Yep. All right. Well, it's good quick takes there.
That's good. Thank you for doing that with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
And now back to the show.
Well, I guess let's get back to comics since that's what we're here for primarily. And you know what? This is why I don't see Danny. This is why I don't let you start the shows. You just mess up everything because we forgot to do what comics did you read this week. So since you flipped it up, let's do this. Specs, what comics have you read this week?
This week?
No, this week. This week.
But what I have read lately, I have read. I've been trying to finish the the Power Rangers series as a whole because I fell off, and I'm trying to get into the Mighty Morphin and the Power Rangers new series. I'm trying to fill in the old and stuff. So I just hit Necessary Evil with that. Okay. And then that's what Mighty Morphin and Go-Go. I mean, just reading it in order like I'm supposed to. Then the Static Shock, I read that. I got mixed feelings about that. But I got
issue 1 that came out, right?
Yeah, new one. Yeah, I got mixed feelings with it. I really don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
Because he's too arrogant. It feel like that to me. It feel like the Andrew Garfield version of Spider-Man, just in Static Shock form.
Okay. I read it too, so that's why I wanted to know why you didn't like it. So
yeah, everybody complains about the Black Lives Matter, but that's here or there. For me, it's the hell like he doesn't feel like Static. He feels like some arrogant teenager, man. Like I don't like the writing, and I don't like how he's portrayed. It's not how I remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not feeling it.
Are you more familiar with him from the TV series or from the actual comics?
I got both.
Okay. No, I mean talk like the original run of comics. So.
Yeah. I got issues. I found. Yeah,
nice.
I read it. Like that's why I don't complain about the Black Lives Matter part, because he was pretty.
He was definitely about that life.
Yeah, about that life. But being arrogant like that, no, I don't see it. Like he was scared of Hot Street. That's what I'm saying. But now he want to fight every chance to get it. It's different.
All right, Danny, what'd you read this week?
I got some indie books that I went over. I got Super here from Unlikely Hero Studios, issue number 6. This is just a great series. First of all, the art on it is great, and I'm loving it. And then I got Concrete, your man's Lonzo Starr, nice. Concrete Comics, The Watchman. I got that one in the mail. And
I still gotta read that myself.
Yeah, it's a pretty good first issue. I'm digging it. All the stuff that they've done, I've liked so far though. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What about you, Kyrun?
Well, like I mentioned, I read Static. Thought it was all right. Also got the Milestone book, which I enjoyed. I liked their new take of Icon and Rocket. But then I wanted to go.
Do you like it? Do you like it? I guess costume, his new costume.
I don't like the costume. I like the original costume more, but I understand they had to switch it up a little bit because it does look outdated. But I like the story itself. I like what they're doing with him and Rocket.
Okay.
And then I went supported some of more smaller publishers. I went with Second Sight. I got Blowtorch from Alfred Page, and then also for Alfred Page Chess. And I want to support them because all their books are now through Diamond. And it was at my store.
At the store. You picked them up at the store.
I picked them up at my local store, Empire's Comics Vault. I was like, these are my boys. I know these people. I know these folks. I'm gonna support them.
That's great.
Yeah, man. I'll help you out. If I see your books at my store, and because I know the road that it takes to even get into a store, I'm gonna do it.
I'm sending some comics out to Sacramento just to get you to buy them again. Yeah, I gotta go pick up those. I didn't get a chance
about these comics right here.
Yes, those. You need more issues. I didn't get a chance to go out to the comic book store these past 2 weeks, so I didn't pick up the Milestone books yet. But I got them waiting for me. I just gotta get out there and pick them up. I might do that. Might go do that today if I get time.
All right. So That's what, again, I don't let you do this because you mess up the flow. We're supposed to do that in the beginning, and now we got to do it in the middle. And then,
Well,
you were
that's
too
my
excited to
role.
talk about our amazing guests. That's why.
That's my role on the show,
Hey,
though. I mess stuff
some
up.
people might be waiting for that segment, and they probably stay tuned in. We had too early, they probably tune out already. See?
All right.
Yeah. It's
All right.
strategy. It's strategy.
Well, let's get back to Specs and his book. So, I do want to ask you something because I was looking at the Kickstarter and I noticed on the Kickstarter that you had an option to get a mixtape. Who's on the mixtape? I couldn't find any information.
I think you misread. It was a different tiers was different names. So it was a mixtape was the 3 issues. Yeah.
See, now I want a mixtape though, The View.
Yeah. People tell me I should have music incorporated with my book, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. But with watching other people Kickstarters and how they're doing theirs with their music, I think I got an idea how I might do it. I might do it part of my trade segment, and put some. Probably have the Jacquees and T.K. Kravitz on there. Maybe and some local artists. That I think are worth being on there.
Might even put together a playlist, like a Legacy of the View playlist on Spotify or something like that for people to say, this is the vibe of the book or the character or something like that.
Or even go to like SoundCloud, find some like up and coming artists there and be like, hey, can we collaborate? You get some songs, I get a song, things like that.
Yeah. And I also got a little item that I know about that I haven't in no convention, so I don't know if people are using them. But it's an item that are using in the music industry. People don't have CDs no more, so they carry around this little flash drive card thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought about I can put my issues on there, and somebody said, "I want to buy a digital copy," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, here you go." And it's still a hard copy thing, so it looks like a credit card. Mm-hmm. But one piece of it can break off and fold into the little part you stick in the computer. And they can have the digital copies like that, So yeah, I haven't seen nobody do that, but I plan on throwing that out on my trade. Maybe I can patent something, not patent, but like get a wholesale and throw my logo on there. Sell it out to comic creators.
And another thing you can also do though is get like a QR code, and then people can buy it from you directly there, and they can just scan the code and it goes directly to the file.
Okay, yeah, that works too. But I don't quite trust on QR codes. It just seems like they somebody else can get them and they can send some a different location. Because how long do they last? Do you know?
QR code is supposed to be infinite. I mean, I don't think there is an expiration date on them. But it's really just a visual image of like a web page. So as long as you have that web page.
But it's numbers and lines, and you just
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it definitely is something to look into. I know. I heard his name. His name's Russell. His first name, but he did something like that where he was getting custom-made USB drives at events. Mm-hmm. He loaded all his books on there, and he'd be like, "Hey, if you don't want a physical one, you can buy a digital one." And he said they sold it initially pretty well, but then after a while, people got leery of just buying something digitally. Because they're worried about somebody hacking into their computer, things like that. So it's a dicey thing, but I mean, it's all about your presentation and how you present it when you're at the shows. Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing. I have this blue card that you can all you got to do is tap it with your phone and it'll send you to the website. And I put together. What I did was I put together a YouTube playlist of special features for people who bought the comic. So if you buy the comic, you can get, it'll take you straight to a YouTube playlist on my YouTube channel where you can literally get like all the special features. I read through the comic with you, and also like tell you about the Easter eggs that are in the book and stuff like that, and give you a little thank you message. So I think it's cool for like extra stuff like that. So doing like the music thing, I think that could be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a good time, man.
Yep.
I mean, I guess, was there anything else that you wanted to maybe bring up or talk about before we end the show?
I'm right now. I'm part of a Kickstarter of an anthology series called Heroics Continuum. I have a brief 8-page storyline in that one with the view of Boots, the Chief, and Waring, which is another one of my characters. He does not have his own standalone series coming up, but he's like the View's best friend. So he tags along every now and then. And they got a little side mission they go through, and their feature in that book is that that's currently on Kickstarter right now. I think I was got an email. We 50% funded that way. And if you like indie books, you got my book as well as I think 5 other creators on there as well. So you know what I mean, you can check out some. And that's the second volume of it. And I think they're offering the first volume of that as well.
Okay.
Get a good little samples of a whole bunch of different creators if you want to check out more creators.
Okay, cool. And what about your book? I mean, I know you just finished Kickstarter, but where can we find issues 1 and 2 for right now?
You should be able to find issue 1, 2, and 3 on legacyofview.com. If you can just follow on social media by the same name, Legacy to View, and that's on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow both of those and keep up with it. And like I said, that'll be issue 1, 2, 3. Issue 4 is currently, in process right now. I think he just finished drawing the 4th page, and this gonna be a double issue, I guess you call it.
Nice.
I think it's 40 pages in this one, so
Nice.
be looking out for that one. Maybe September. I think I should be done with that, and I'm going to try to drop issue 4 in issue 1 or issue 2 of books at the same time. A package deal with that on Kickstarter, because the manga world is different than the comic book world. I'm trying to figure out how to win with the mangas.
Yeah. All right, Danny, how about you? Where can we find your work at?
Y'all know where to find me, man. You search for Ace Blade and you'll find me. Just get on Google and type in Ace Blade and you'll find Danny. It's true though. It's true. Like, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. If you Google Ace Blade, you will find me. That's what I'm gonna start telling people.
All right.
Hey, I got a question about your Ace Blade too. He's Ace Blade, and I seen that he throws like a little battering of aces, right?
The spades, yeah.
So wouldn't he be an Ace Kunai instead of Ace Blade?
My daughter said that too. But the Ace Blade, there's a sword that's coming that y'all will see. But I'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that.
Different than the sword he already has, though?
It's a special one. It's like you remember Avatar, how Sokka got the meteorite sword?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, but that's a spoiler for y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Man, it's a bunch of spoilers this episode.
What about you, Kyrun? Where can people find you?
You can find me and my books at tourscomics.com. I am on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Taurus Comics.
And TikTok.
I'm at TikTok, not at Taurus Comics, though, at Kyrun49, where I just got Topgolf to respond to one of my TikToks, man. That was crazy.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. But you can also find our podcast if you somehow stumbled across this at fourtalespodcast.com. That's the number 4 TALES podcast.com. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and all the other podcasting platforms. Just search the number 4 and then Tales. And as far as those platforms are concerned, thank you for everybody that has rated and shared that. All those rates and reviews on especially iTunes helps our podcast get viewed to more people through their metrics. So we appreciate every review you guys put on there. But this has been a good time with Specks, man. Glad to have you on, and hopefully we can have you on when you get like issue 4 out too, and you can talk about that. All
right, we'll do, man. Thanks for having me.
Cool. And join us next week, where you're gonna get a special episode. You know, normally we do bi-weekly, but next week we actually have the crew from 5 Star. We got Tony Clapper and Fish Lee on. And I think it's going to be a fun episode. It's been a while since we've had 2 guests instead of 1. So, and Tony's wild anyway, so I think it's going to be fun.
Tony's always wild.
Right, but until then, you guys, hope you guys have a great day. Sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves. Okay.
Music provided by my brother, Quix Made It. Find him online in YouTube, Instagram, and SoundCloud.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.